It's the TV magic where every single time that we turn on the camera and start doing a live shot, it starts to drizzle again. And so here we are again, and we've got a little bit of rain coming down.
Yeah, and more of a breeze, I think, than the last time we were out here doing anything. You know, I don't have a thing to know how strong the breeze is blowing, but maybe 20, maybe 30 miles an hour or something like that. Nothing crazy.
In the last 5 minutes, we felt a few gusts come by here, so it is starting to, we're starting to feel some of the rain and some of the gusts.
I thought, well, we were both looking at radar, and I thought we were about to get maybe a little bit heavier downpour, but it looked like it kind of fizzled out right before it hit us. So I was hoping we were going to get our first good round of heavy rain, and it all kind of fell apart.
But the main thing, though, and again, I guess we should introduce ourselves a little bit. I'm here from D.C. I'm a reporter.
I'm a meteorologist from our sister station in Dallas, WFAA. Got in town yesterday. Spent a little time in New Orleans, which was great, but then came up here to be we're kind of the backup crew.
The backup plan.
Essentially. If anything bad happens in New Orleans, we can take things over here in Baton Rouge, and so we're here hanging out. And Baton Rouge is obviously going to get hit pretty good by this storm too, so we can cover that angle of it as well.
Yeah, so Louisiana Public Broadcasting is they have a studio, and so if there is flooding in the New Orleans studio, we'll be ready to take over right away. And in fact, during Hurricane Katrina, WLL was the only station that was able to stay on air during the storm, and it's because they had that backup studio, so it could prove crucial. But you are the expert, so this what we're seeing now by no means is the main event.
No, this is just one little band that's kind of made its way up into southeastern Louisiana, and I'm sure they're showing some of the radar too. We can't really see what they're showing, but it's kind of this main little band actually between here and New Orleans at the moment, kind of where the heaviest rain is falling. And that's just kind of this one band that's made its way on shore. It's one of many that's going to happen in the next 24 to 48 hours. Those bands will become a little bit more widespread as we head over the next little while, but this is just kind of the first little bit that's made its way. But, you know, for the most part, it's not really anything of concern. Really, the main concern will start tomorrow when we kind of get the bulk of that activity that's still mainly over the Gulf that'll move onshore during the day tomorrow.
And we've been talking about it, despite the fact that we have these gusts that keep coming through, that's really not the main concern, right? It's the rain, right?
Yeah, the rain definitely the primary concern with this system, at least for, you know, Baton Rouge area, New Orleans area. It's, you know, the heavy rain potentially causing that flooding, that flash flooding, raising the rivers, which are already high, raising the local creeks and streams, which are probably already swollen as well. So that is the number one concern. It will get gusty here. It'll get gusty in New Orleans as well. But it's, that rain threat's definitely going to be the primary threat for most people.
And to talk about the high rivers right here, Mississippi River right behind us. You might be able to see the bridge over us right now. There's the iconic Baton Rouge sign that they have on there. And right now, we just were taking a look at it.
You can't even see it.
It's pretty much all covered because the river's at a pretty high level.
42 and a half feet here in Baton Rouge right now. It's supposed to crest at 43, so it's only supposed to come up, 6 inches to a foot. It's in major flood stage right now. That's not record flood stage or anything like that. At least here, hopefully, it's not forecast to come up too terribly much. But anything can happen. We'll keep our eyes on it. That's the forecast, and we'll see what happens the next little while.
Yeah, whether it's storm surge or high rivers or rain, water's water. I think the governor was saying that in the press conference the other day. He's saying it doesn't matter which of the three is causing the water to form. It's still water, and that's the concern.
Yeah, absolutely. It's whether it's falling from the sky or it's coming in from the side or whatever. Like it equals flooding either way, and both of those things can have the same sort of effect on life and property. And so it's going to be a major situation, especially you compound 10, 20 inches of rain on top of already swollen these rivers that are way high for what they should be this time of the year. I mean, we're talking it's almost the middle of summer here, and these rivers are statistically and historically not as high as what they are right now.
We can give you guys a quick look around here, but it's a bit of a ghost town right now. After all, it's almost 1 in the morning right here. But when we were talking to the folks that are in town here, they're thinking about 2016, all the flooding they saw there. And so we were over at Memorial Stadium, where they were picking up sandbags earlier today. We saw dozens of people, maybe hundreds of people that were coming in to get these sandbags. There's just a lot of concern.
Yeah, and it never hurts to be prepared. I know it's a lot of extra work, a lot of extra effort, but it could potentially save your life. It could potentially save your property. There's no harm in being prepared except for the little bit extra effort that you have to put out to do that. And so it's prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and I think that's the situation for not only here, but back in New Orleans as well.
And that's a good way to go out, a gust of wind, and then we'll send it back to you guys, and hopefully we will not need the studio up here because you guys will be just fine. But
We'll
just in
be here,
case,
just in
we'll be
case.
here.
Absolutely.
Let's hope for it. All right, Evan Koslof and Kyle Roberts for us over in Baton Rouge. Thank you guys so much.